NBA season is here, and a lot of new teams are raring to compete. This offseason, quite a few super teams have formed, but what would be a good hashtag to describe them? I'm joined by NBA experts Emmanuel Tobe and Chris Edwards as we take a closer look. Chris, let's start with you. Oklahoma City Thunder are our first team. What's your hashtag for them?
So my first hashtag for the Thunder, I'm going to go with Thunder in Progress. Thunder in Progress. And the reason why I say that is there are a lot. The front office for the Oklahoma City Thunder made a lot of big moves. You know, Carmelo Anthony coming down there, Paul George working with Russell Westbrook, and I like what they're doing so far. We're getting the Carmelo Anthony of old. He's averaging 23 points a game right now. Paul George is averaging 21, and then you have 19 coming from Westbrook. By the way, already has two triple-doubles out of the 3 games that we played thus far.
Those 3 players are good and all, but where's the supporting cast from them? You know, those 3 players, they scored 84 last game?
Yep.
And how'd that work out for them against the Timberwolves? See,
it was a pretty close game. Like they lost on a 3-point shot.
So mine is clear skies till May.
Clear skies.
Clear skies till May. Because honestly, they're not really worried about the regular season for this team. The biggest thing is for them is to make it into the playoffs. And right now, I don't see how they can beat the Warriors, especially with their lack in depth. They're the big 3. They're playing well, but who do they have to support those players? Who do they have to get rebounds? What are they,
right,
28th in rebounding?
My only counter to that is when we talk about like big 3s, let's take it back to like Miami when LeBron first came down there. They didn't have a great supporting cast either, and those 3 players were able to carry the Miami Heat to the finals on multiple occasions.
But they also didn't have Golden State. They didn't have a team that had 3 MVPs.
Right, I understand that, but you still got to keep that. You got to keep that in mind that there is still hope for the Thunder to actually do something this season. That's why I say Thunder in progress, because I agree with you. Right now, bench depth is not that great, and the chemistry between Russell Westbrook, between George, and between Carmelo Anthony is not the greatest. Because right now, like efficiency-wise, Russell Westbrook is not doing as great. They're trying to because he has to share a while with other superstars now. Plus the fact that Sabonis is your starting shooting guard. He's only averaging 3 points in 20 minutes per game. That's not going to get it done. And they're 23 rebounding.
That's my point. They really have no depth. As well as you have Raymond Felton. They have coaching issues with.
I actually like Raymond Felton as a backup.
Do you like him as a shooting target?
He's proven that in the past.
But he hasn't been shooting this much though.
Some chemistry issues for the Thunder, and obviously the big question: can anyone beat the Warriors? All right, Emmanuel, going to start with you for the second team, the Houston Rockets. What is your hashtag for them?
For the Houston Rockets, my hashtag is who's on board, as in who's on board. Okay, and the question is, they have a lot of talent, but they have issues with them showing up. Last game, Ariza and Anderson, they showed up and played and had 7 total points and were 2 for 12 in total. They need more from those guys.
No, I totally agree. Like for my hashtag, if we're gonna pull it up, it's hashtag turbulence. You know, kind of like a plane. We're facing some rough air right now because that is what Houston is facing right now because Chris Paul is being out, and I still don't get from a management standpoint why you did not see this coming because you know Chris Paul is injury prone. Yes, he's probably one of the best traditional point guards in the game. There's no question about that. But with him out and you've randomly signed Isaiah Cannon, who are the other backups? I'm not scared of Nene Geraldo. I'm not scared of Trevor Ariza right now, who, by the way, has been terrible, and he's your starting small forward. Ryan Anderson does not scare me. What I see right now is a Houston team that does have a lot of firepower. James Harden can carry this team just like he did last year. He does have a great shooting guard in Eric Gordon that's starting with him, but he serves better as a sixth man.
This is not the team of last year. Last year, they were number 1 in 3 points made. This year, they're struggling so much.
But here's the thing. It's only been 3 games, so we got to keep this in mind. It's only 3 games because we can have a totally different conversation going down the road. And right now, they are 3-1. They just had a really bad loss recently. But just keep that in mind.
Which is why we can't take this team way too serious as well because they are 3-1. And they do have players who have shown that they struggle in terms of important moments and times, like James Harden, who disappeared in Game 5.
I know he disappeared in Game 5, but when we're going back to that, you have to go back to the history side.
It seems like only time will tell if Paul, 1, can stay healthy, 2, can gel with James Harden. All right, final team, Chris, we're going to start with you, the Minnesota Timberwolves. What's your hashtag for them?
I love the T-Wolves. The T-Wolves are amazing. I'm going to go with a little of a Star Wars hashtag in honor of the new movie coming out. A New Hope. A New Hope. Following that story, Luke Skywalker finally, finding himself become the Jedi that we always want him to be because the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to, this year to me, are going to become the team that we always wanted to be. For the past 3 years, ever since Karl Anthony Towns got there, ever since Andrew Wiggins got there, they've always been on the outside looking in. Oh, so much young talent, but they never get it done. Well, now you have Cat. Now you have Jimmy Butler joining Andrew Wiggins. You have Jeff Teague going with you. You have Jamal Crawford bringing some veteran experience coming off the bench.
Yeah, but there's one issue that I have with that team, and right now it's that they're struggling to close out. My hashtag is one way to go. Is then they can go up, but they can also go down. This year they've already been really struggling to finish the game. They had
Yeah,
against OKC. They were up by 11 points in the fourth quarter and had to win off of one illegal screen that the NBA
That's
the NBA
so illegal. They got
officials-
away with it.
Yeah, as well as a buzzer luck shot by Andrew Wiggins, who has shown that he's not that great.
Not
at
that
clutch
great? That was a great
Like,
shot.
he's
What are
not
you
that-
kidding
It was
me?
a great shot, but that doesn't mean he's a great clutch player.
Oh my God.
There's a difference.
Andrew Wiggins, like right now, is like literally the future in Minnesota. We've seen this over the past 3 years, and he's finally starting to come into his own. And you're telling me,
After
like,
3 games, he's finally starting to.
I'm
come
not
out of his
saying
own.
like, but no, I'm talking about like the past 2 seasons.
Timberwolves still a young team. Can they gel together? Can they make that leap to elite? Only time will tell.
I think they can.
Coming up next, we'll step up to the plate and take a swing at the upcoming World Series. Stay tuned.